What's up, everybody? It's Friday. It's the Nerd Den. I need to get some sound effects. We need to have some sound effects for like an applause.
What you need, the way AI is set up, you need to do an AI beginning, like some explosion or I don't know, something.
Ramel, give me 6 months, and I will be AI. I'll be chilling. I'll be drinking a beer, hanging out, watching TV, and it'll just be like an AI Todd being like, "Yes, Andrew, you're funny."
You know what's so crazy is the stream will get so many more viewers.
You probably would. Andrew, Romel, Zach, Dusty, Avery,
AI strippers in the back.
That's right. I'm good with that.
What do you need that for? You got me.
No. Kick him. Is it too early to kick him?
Yeah, Dusty's not even here anymore.
I know. Dusty's had it. I'm just sitting here.
I'm just here working while everybody else has fun. So
yeah,
you guys have fun. I'll work.
I'm chilling out with some Silvestris.
Oh yeah, those were good.
So good. That dude was. I wish he hadn't stopped this style and gone towards the Jim Lee style, because he was like straight up the next John Buscema.
Oh yeah.
Like his stuff was just fucking awesome. So it's unbeatable. It's so good. But hey, what's up, KG? What's up, MK? How you guys doing? So it's been another week. I'll give you the TLDR. We'll do a little update. So we're in the thick of it because we're prepping for the Web3 Comic-Con launch next. God, what is it? Is it Wednesday? Whenever the 16th is. I just know date. I just know dates.
It's Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, Comic Book Day. Next Comic Book Day, and the Thursday and the Friday after that. Yeah, it's really good, man. We've got many signups, which is great. We've got over 40 interviews with top, like just the top founders and creators and builders and investors in the Web3 entertainment space. I've learned a lot. I've never had a doubt that Web3 is the future of entertainment, but after talking to so many people, Web3 is the future of entertainment. Like 100%. Certainly entertainment's more important than the technology, as it should be, but this stuff is here to stay, man. And so it's going to be fantastic. We're planning live events right now. So there's a bunch of people that are going to have like live panel events while Web3 Comic-Con is going on. We're jamming. We're doing our best. So, hey, what's up, Carrots? Welcome. And so, yeah, very excited. I wish I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to get back to some more like nerd stuff. So like, I had to put the tabletop RPG on hold a little bit, and that's like almost done. So I'm super excited to get back to that and get back to building AF directly. And yeah, it's been very, very good. It's great for us, great for the brand, great for everybody on Nerd Den, and I'm very thankful that you guys are here, and that I have a good team, and Dusty's amazing, and Melissa and Flint. It's just awesome. So I'm feeling good. I'm tired, but I'm feeling good. How about you guys? What is going on the nerd side of things? Andrew, you texted me. First, two things. One, I'm still jealous of your beard, Ramel. Like, it looks sick as fuck. I'm super jealous, man. It looks really good on you. Don't shave that shit. And then
that's a really weird thing to be jealous.
That's the last man thing I'm gonna say. Don't worry, Andrew.
Yeah, trust me. There's no more man talk on this show.
That was it. I spent all my testosterone telling Ramel that he looked kind of cool with a beard. KG, Team AF rocks. Thank you, man. Like, I'm so excited. I will say this, man. I'm planning at some point after Web3 Comic-Con, I'm gonna come into AF, and we're gonna have like another get together. Kind of like a town hall, and tell you all about it, and how things are changing and growing. We've been very, very blessed, genuinely, with all the stuff, the market and everything. Like we've been very blessed with the attraction that we're getting from other creators and founders and people in the space. So it's been wicked. KG, you rock too, like Undead Blocks, for the win. So yeah. Anyway. So Andrew, you texted me earlier.
Well, before we go any further, what is the plan for next Friday? Is there any live stream next Friday, or we need to tell everybody right away? So.
Oh, that's actually a good thought. I don't actually have a clue. I hadn't that far in advance. I think we can do a nerd den. I think we can.
Okay, well, I won't be here because I'll be in Aruba.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I leave on the 16th. I'm gone the entire time.
Well, that changes things. I don't know.
Well, that's why I'm bringing it up.
Oh, I see. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll tell you during the week. I don't know. It does change things. You know, the whole crew here makes it easier so that, you know, it just makes it fun. Look at this. Look at that cover.
Andrew, what's in Aruba? I'm just curious.
My big ass. A timeshare that my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, and my wife really want to go to. So,
wait, you didn't mention yourself in that equation.
Well, because I said they really want to go to. I'm further down the list of wanting to go. The big selling point was it has beautiful beaches. And guys, how long have you known me? How often do I talk about how much I love going to the beach?
Yeah, never.
Yeah, well, that's because
Ramel wants to take your place. Look at that. Ramel does. He's ready to go.
You know what? I was going to say something, but you know what? I'm going to keep that to myself.
Yeah, please do.
What? I can. Now you got me curious.
Well, I'll just tell you that when
he can at least take half your place.
When the wife and I visited Avery recently, we're sitting down and we're chit-chatting and talking, and my wife is staring at Avery and she says, "Michael really does look a lot like you." It was so sad.
I like how that was a surprise.
Well, no, it's always been a joke between me, Avery, and Michael that he looks a lot like Avery. And my wife for the longest time did not like that joke. And until she was looking at him and going, you know what? Yeah, that I look at him, yeah, he does look a lot like, yeah. So
that's why high school was a wild time.
Oh.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Andrew, I got these Wolverine comics from you, right?
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I'm a little upset because these are like cherry mint condition, and so now I'm just kind of like I'm taking them out because I want to look at them. But now that they're mint condition, I don't want to fucking look at them anymore.
Well, look at them anyway.
I know I'm gonna look at them anyway. I can always they're you can find these in the dollar bin, so I'm not super stressed about it.
Hey, real quick, I lost my train of thought just that fucking quick. You had to do something with one of y'all.
Uh-oh.
I lost it just that quick. Just never mind me.
Never mind. Okay.
No worries.
So you guys want me to tell you about my adventures on eBay?
Sure.
You're going to anyway.
Well, I figured if I texted you and said, well, last week I had 10 new books to share with you. And my goal, not really my goal, my thrill
Your
was
fetish.
going to be, my fetish was going to be telling you I had 30 books to share with you this Friday. But 2 of the shipments haven't gotten here yet. So I found out that Sunday night is not a good time for me because
MK, that ain't happening, brother. You're just torturing me.
So Sunday nights is a really bad time for me because I found so many great deals, and I actually bid on auctions from like 3 or 4 different sellers, and there was kind of a dawning revelation that I needed to double check before I started bidding if they combine shipping. And of course, most dealers will combine shipping. I have yet to have a single problem with that, but some of them will do different things. Like I had one guy that said 7 $7.50 or whatever for one, and then $2 for the next one, that isn't bad. And then I had another guy that said like $17 for one, but he can pack up to 4 in a package for that same price. But if you win 5, it's 2 packages of $17. So you got to be real careful when you're doing this. But I found one dealer who said, I will combine shipping, and if you order more than 10, it's free shipping.
Oh shit. Okay.
I won 16 books from him.
Oh shit.
And he just shipped it out like the other day, so I haven't gotten it yet, but I got several books for as little as like $10 a piece.
And like I said, it's not just showing you a book he bought. There's a fucking story.
There's a story, yeah. And I actually, the guy that does 4 for $17 at a time, I won 6 auctions from him last night. So I'm trying to win 2 more that end in about another hour. And I've actually bid on 4. So I got to really pay attention closer to 9 o'clock on what I'm doing, because
these are the trials and tribulations of eBay, starring Drew.
Yeah. So you want me to show you a couple? I have one.
Yeah.
That I'll tease you, because
I think the slab books you own are almost as pretty as the digital ones I make.
I'll tease you.
Oh no! Awesome. Wait a minute. How much did you pay for that? You can't tease us like that. I know what it is.
You got to let Todd buy that one from you.
No, because I'm going to make money off of it.
Oh, you're such a dick.
You will make money. You can charge Todd what you want for it. He'll pay.
I haven't even shown it to you yet.
Oh my God!
Know what
it's
it is.
Spider-Man #1, and it's probably like a 9.6 or 9.8.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
I'm going to make money on this one. It's like you can charge Todd what you want for it.
Avery, don't give him ideas. Whose side are you on anyway?
All right, do you guys want to see what the ones I got? Now, here's the sad part is I have to be careful, because one of the things, I was having a discussion with one of my customers last weekend where I said, all the books that I've been ordering are ones I would keep for myself. Which
is a brilliant business strategy, by the way.
Which means if they don't sell, I'm okay with that. I will keep them. But I have several so far that are not going to the store. They're sitting on my shelf back there. Those G.I. Joes I showed you guys last weekend, they're probably never going to go to the store. Those are
you have you grew up with those books, so that makes sense.
Well, I'm finding more and more of the comics that we loved as kids at really good deals. Guess what I picked up this evening? Ninjak #1.
Oh shit!
Wraparound.
The chrome color,
chromium cover.
Oh,
9.8. $28 plus free shipping.
That's pretty cool.
Now, granted, that book is not worth a lot, but as part of my own personal collection, there's drool coming out of the side of my mouth.
That's what I would do.
I'm so happy about it. That's
what I would do. Like,
but I'm finding more and more.
The reason I've never got into the graded books is because I don't care about keys. Like, I don't care about the first appearance of this character, that character. I care about this stuff. In fact, I just said the other day, I was like, if I saw this, like any of these, like I would want my, like the classic collection. I would want Jim Lee's run. I would want McFarlane's run. I would want Silvestri's run. I would want even LaFell's run. I would want the main Image guys, their runs at Marvel. And that would pretty much do me. I'd be fine. You know what I mean?
One of the books that the guy that I'm bidding on this evening has, I think it's a 9.6, which is the only reason why I'm hesitant. It's X-Force #1.
Ooh, yeah.
And it's literally listed. I don't think anybody's really bidding on it. Actually, I'm going to just bring everything up real quick and see where it's at. It's one that I kind of skipped because it's not, if I want a copy of that, I want a 9.8 for myself, but a 9.6. If you think about it, the further you go back, the older the books are, they don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be near mint. You know, they can be lower grade. Like right now, one of the books I'm looking at, actually one of the ones I'm bidding on, is a copy of What If, number 35. It's an 8.0, but for a book from this is early 80s, an 8.0 is perfectly fine. That issue, by the way, is the What If Electra Had Lived.
Oh yeah, that's classic.
Issue.
Oh yeah, I have that issue.
Yep.
I bought that pretty recently just to read it.
Yeah.
I will say though, Andrew, like you I hate to give you credit for shit, but you know, you did catch, even if it was because of survival, you did catch kind of where the market was going by deciding to sell classic books because the new comics sucked and it was just hard to get into and all of that. So that's more and more retailers are doing that nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And I absolutely could see in another like 5, 10, like probably like 10, 15 years, like those classic 90s comics, because that was the biggest boom that comics ever had, like traditional mainstream comics, I could totally see those books blowing up, man. I could absolutely see like What If Electra Had Lived, like all that kind of classic stuff go for much higher prices.
Well, this guy he's got a variety of different stuff up, and the ones I bought, I'm so happy to get, but I'm literally trying to buy more because if I buy 2 more, I'm not paying anything more for shipping. You know, so in my mind, that's a good investment. You know,
Yeah,
it's almost like it's not getting 2 for free, but it's getting 2 for free shipping. You know. So I've got some bids in. He has a copy of X-Force number 1. It's a 9.6. Guess what it's currently listed at?
Wait, what was what book was it?
X-Force number 1.
Oh,
now when they grade something that's in a bag, they take it out of the bag. They won't grade something in a bag.
okay.
So this doesn't come with a card. It doesn't come in the bag. It's just the comic itself.
$35.
$15.50 is what it's currently going at, and there's 37 minutes left. Yeah, I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a copy of Pit number 1 at 9.6. You know what it's at right now? $10.50.
Why grade these if they're not worth what you grade them for?
It's not that they're not worth it. It's what they're currently getting bid wise. Now, those will both probably go up at the last second because that's how eBay works. But right now they're at low. You know, if I could get that book for $15 and it never sold in my store, I would gladly keep it. But here's the funny thing about Pit. Pit is one of those ones that it came out during that time where they were doing newsstand copies with the barcodes on them.
Yep.
And those were rarer and harder to find because newsstand copies usually got damaged very easily. And there was also less of them. So Pit number 1, the regular direct market edition, if even in a 9.8, it's probably only a $30 book. But the newsstand copy at a 9.8 is worth like 3 times that amount.
Oh, wow.
Just because it's more rare, even though it's the same exact dang book. But, you know, this is a direct market copy. It's a 9.6, so it's not the perfectest, but it's close enough to where it looks gorgeous in a slab.
KG says, love the What Ifs. I have some as well. Yeah, What If is great, man.
Well, this guy's got a variety of different things. One of the issues he has up is Wolverine number 40. It's one of your Silvestri books. It's a 9.6, and it's currently only at $20.50.
Yeah, man. At some point in the future, I'm gonna get that whole run.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick question: When did they stop? The What If run?
There was an original series of What If, which was very popular. Then they brought it back in the 90s, and that had like What If Wolverine was a part of S.H.I.E.L.D. It was drawn by Rob Liefeld.
No, I got that. What if Wolverine headed S.H.I.E.L.D.? Because what happened was Nick Fury had died, and for whatever reason, he took over. And,
that was a Liefeld book. That's good.
I got that somewhere. I remember that book. But
can I finish answering your question?
Wait, what?
What a dick. What a dick. Ramel, just keep talking. Ignore Andrew.
I am. No, but I mean, I honestly think that right now they're kind of going back to the what if scenario because now they're more successful with the multiverse thing. So now that allows them to really explore universes based on the what if. But it's not necessarily what if. They're like, well, in this version of Earth, this happened and stuff like that, and a third. But I really feel that kind of stemmed from the whole what if run. They just kind of rebranded it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to get back to your original question, there is not a current what if title, but what they've been doing is they've been doing like one shots of what if stories. They recently did a 5-parter where it was what if Miles Morales was Wolverine? What if Miles Morales was the Hulk? What if Miles Morales was Iron Man? And then the last book was what if all these different Miles Moraleses joined together and became the Avengers?
God.
It was dumb, stupid, but that's what Marvel's been doing. There is no line of comics of what if. It's like one little one shot every now and then that they come up with, and it's very unsatisfying. Where the original what if series, every issue was cool. The second series had a lot of silly stuff, but some of them were really cool, and then they just did like one shots, and it's
has anybody seen that one series? It's they actually animated the What If series, the What If series. I actually caught the first season, and it's, some of the stories are pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Because the first episode was what if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum instead of Steve Rogers. That was good as shit. That was a really good story. Because that the whole thing altered where I think Peggy went and stood up in a booth, but this one she decided to stay on the floor, whatever, and some shit happened. And she ended up going into the machine rather than Steve Rogers.
Well, one of the cool things about the animated series, What If, is that they give you each individual series, and then they brought them all together in the last episodes, and the overall storyline was freaking fantastic. You know, a lot of people were really excited about the second Doctor Strange movie, the Multiverse of Madness, because from the preview, you saw a zombified Doctor Strange, so people were getting really excited about seeing the zombie world, and that never happened. And but actually, in the animated series, What If animated series, you got to see the Marvel zombie world, which was kind of cool. A lot of
animated series was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't bad at all.
Nope. And there's a second season coming.
Yeah, I'm patiently waiting on that.
Yep.
Wow, a 9.8 Punisher.
There was some episodes that were supposed to go in season 1, but for whatever reason, I guess they didn't make the deadlines. Don't know. They're going to be in season 2. So,
well, for fans like me, we got really excited when they made some of the characters from the What If series into Lego minifigures, and they were part of the Lego Blind Pack series for Marvel. And they just announced the second series is coming out, and it's going to include some of the characters from the What If series. It's also going to include 3 characters from the new X-Men cartoon that they're working on. Wolverine, Storm, and Beast are going to be part of that series. So
they're doing another X-Men
cartoon. Yeah, they're bringing back.
Yeah, they're bringing back X-Men '97 and fucking it all up.
Yep. Well, we don't know they're going to screw it all up just yet.
Yes, they're going. Go read the comments from the producer. They're going to fuck it up.
Well,
I gotta look it up because to me that one shot X-Men animated episode they did in I want to say the 80s That was
Pride of the X-Men.
what?
Pride of the X-Men. It was with the G.I. Joe style animation.
That was actually good as shit.
Yeah,
Then
I know.
they did the 90s when we were in high school and all that. And honestly, that one sucked. I never liked the animation.
That's what they're continuing. It's that. It's
Yeah, he's not wrong. They're isn't it literally called like X-Men X-Men 1999 or X-Men 90s or
X-Men
something?
97.
Yeah, X-Men 97. Yeah.
Well, they did a comic series based on it too, so.
And they're gonna fuck it up. It's gonna suck.
Y'all might as well put me on suicide watch.
It's all down. Everything Marvel's doing now is all downhill from here. It's all been slow. It's all been a slow degeneration. Each thing's worse than the last.
No, because I mean, Marvel literally shot their load with Endgame. So
yeah. Yo, I mean, but I'm happy about it. Honestly, like if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't stand a chance in hell.
Yeah.
Like let it. I mean, look, I'm sad because I love the properties, and I look at the end of the day, people are going to end up losing their jobs because if the money ain't there, they're not going to have work. But I mean, let's go. Yeah, MK says it's a cash grab for I think X-Men. Yeah. But I'm just like, look, like that's the future. The future of entertainment is the people. Like there is, I mean, if you've even looked a little bit at what like some of the AI video stuff is doing, like Runway ML and stuff, like Romel, holy shit, dude! If I have got to show you what some of the shit that's happening in AI. You can like turn prompts into full on blockbuster cinematic looking shit right now.
No, because we talked about Runway ML one before, and I actually looked into it. So.
And they just updated it with a new version, and it's batshit. Like I mean, we're 5 years away from blockbuster movies. For 5 years max.
It's one of the reasons why the writers and the actors are striking right now.
Yeah. Oh well, they better learn how to use a prompt, man. Like instead of fighting it, make your own movies. Every single one of those people on the line has a better chance of making a blockbuster movie than we do. Well, some of us, but like they have the ability to do just the same thing. They could make their own product, but they don't have the creative willpower or the determination or I don't know the entrepreneurial motivation to do so.
No, honestly, I think the writers are really kind of folding towards what society deems it to be, if you can understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's like comics when we grew up, when we was reading them, they tackled certain issues, and those issues are not a reality. It's like that reality kind of changed the history of what comics were, in a sense, because you're getting a lot of characters that like I don't know, like and there's nothing against homosexuals, but that whole thing to where it's Iceman turned gay. I'm like, huh? This motherfucker's been around for what, like 30 plus years? And you mean to tell me we're just now being notified he's gay?
And we could, it's a comic book, so you can read their thoughts. We've seen his thought bubbles. We've seen him be in love with women and pine after women.
You do know where the whole idea, I think it was Bendis that made Iceman gay, where the whole idea for it came from?
Please enlighten us.
In issue 1 of the X-Men, there's a scene in which all the guys are looking out the window, and Jean Grey's taxi pulls up to the Xavier Institute, and she's getting out of the car, and you see the back of Professor X's head, and you see all the guys lined up at the window commenting on, "Oh wow, she's pretty. Oh look, it's a girl," and you see Iceman's foot or his leg as he's walking out of the screen. He goes, girls, they suck, or something like that, because Bobby was always the youngest, and you honestly, you'd think that might be his reaction. He's like, girls, they stink, That's where Brian Michael Bendis came up with the idea. Why am I the only one on camera? What the hell is going on here? I know Todd, why he left, but Dusty, I mean, y'all suck. But that's where you got the idea from.
No, I mean I'm still here, but for whatever reason my screen is completely blank. I mean I can hear y'all can hear me, but my whatever mine's completely blank. But
your
I'm
screen's
here.
racist.
I'm
It's
just
trying
doing
to
a little
hold you
work.
down, man.
yeah,
It's trying to
But
hold you down.
I remember that one comic. I never got it, but it was it was a little bit more. It didn't feel forced. Remember when they revealed that one guy in Alpha Flight was gay?
Yeah, no one cared. It was no
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah, because nobody read Alpha Flight. I mean, to be brutally honest, like that was
Welcome to the Drew Show.
yeah.
It wasn't a big deal. Nobody thought it was a big deal. I don't
Yeah.
remember anyone thinking it was a big deal.
No, which one was gay though? Was it? It
North
wasn't.
Star.
Oh, North Star.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, but he'd been gay for a very long time. It wasn't something that was new, you know. Iceman became gay because they needed a gay character on the X-Men.
Exactly.
You know, and it wasn't so much that they made him into a gay character. I mean, that's fine, but they made him into a flamboyantly
Every negative negative stereotype you can think of about gay people, that's what they turned Bobby Drake into.
Yes. Did you see, I forgot who did it. I'm not sure if it was your boy Zach or it might have been Thinking Critical.
Everybody.
Did a review of the most current issue of Iceman. And he literally saves a gay guy from something and then starts making out with him right there in public. And he supposedly has a boyfriend or a fiance or something like that at home. It's really weird. It's like, that's stereotypical.
Whatever.
That's stereotypical,
I don't,
but that's very...
I don't care. I don't buy their stuff, so it doesn't
It's
matter.
very negative stereotypical. You know what I
My
mean?
thing is,
Yes, it's every negative stereotype.
But my thing is this: you can write a gay character and not have it forced. Like I said, with Iceman, I feel as though it was forced because through years there was no groundwork, no build up to this guy was gay because he dated like so many girls and been in like disastrous relationships, just like most characters, because the Marvel universe has been around the block because each character has been with like a number of different characters. I didn't know She-Hulk had the body count she had. She-Hulk has a body count, like, and that includes the Juggernaut.
Yeah, she a hoe.
Yeah.
She Hulk's for the streets, man.
Yes, she is. But I mean, what are you going to say to She-Hulk? You say something wrong, she'll put you through a wall. Several of them. But anyway,
they're making She-Hulk into a new Lego minifigure in this new Lego set. I just thought I'd pull
Sounds
that out.
awful.
Yeah. One of the biggest things I think is wrong with a lot of these modern comics, and I'll show you guys what I'm the exact opposite of it. Somebody traded in this, which is I actually had the first two. This is Deceased. This is DC's. You know how Marvel did Marvel Zombies after Walking Dead became very popular?
yeah.
It took DC a little bit while longer to do it, but they did their own like zombie world type of storyline. I freaking loved it. Tom Taylor was the writer, and Trevor Hairstain is the artist. He is very much a horror type artist, and it was great. This book was fantastic. It's not part of Blackest Night. It was something totally separate, MK. And it made sense how the zombies started because it was the storyline involves Apocalypse and the anti-life equation. And I'm not going to spoil everything, but the thing I loved about this book is when the characters talked, they were talking in their voice. They weren't talking in the voice of the creator or the voice of the writer, which happens a lot nowadays in modern comics. Is you're not reading an issue of Hawkeye, Kate Bishop Hawkeye. You're reading that writer pretending to be Kate Bishop Hawkeye. She's putting her voice in the character. It's not the voice of the character. In this book, the thing I enjoyed the most is some of the conversations from some of the characters, which were so true to those characters. It was their voice. It wasn't Tom Taylor's voice. It was the character's voice. And as I was reading it, I was like, I miss that in comics. I miss the characters having their own voice. And when, like, if I say to you guys, Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He's very liberal. He's very smart assy. He's very, condescending sometimes. He that is his voice. And in this book, it was so clear. It was great. There were a lot of interactions between him and Black Canary. And it's like, I just loved it. I just loved it so much because in the story, almost every one of the main superheroes gets taken out. Wonder Woman, The Flash, Superman, Green Lantern, they're all gone. They've all been taken over, and it's the second generation that steps up. Damian becomes Batman, John becomes Superman, and it's not the gay flamboyant John. It's the earth saving, doing everything he can to save people John, and the communication between these two characters. One of the story, when the second trade, which is called Dead Planet, it's like 5 years later, and both of them have grown up and they're in their roles as Batman and Superman, but their dialogue is still spot on between two kids that are good friends. And I just enjoyed it. It's one of these ones where I'm going to put a ridiculous price on it. Granted, the book, the retail is $19.99. I'm going to put like $10 instead of like, $6 or $5 that I normally would, because if nobody buys it, I'm going to keep it and I'm going to reread it because it was that great. I enjoyed it so much.
Wait, which book is this?
Deceased.
Oh, okay.
It's DC's version kind of the zombie apocalypse, and it was a out of continuity series. And every time I saw the covers or I saw the issues, I thought, well, this is them just trying to do their own version of The Walking Dead, just like Marvel did with Marvel Zombies.
Right.
This was not that, and it was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Awesome.
And yeah, it's one I wish I had in the single issues, because I had actually had people come into the store and ask me if I had copies of them. I'm like, no, never picked them up, because they're more modern stuff that's come out, and the people that have got them aren't trading them in. One of my regulars traded in the trades, but people are not trading in the regular issues because they enjoyed the hell out of them.
That's awesome.
And yeah, I thought it was great.
Hey, so Andrew, let me toss this question out to you.
Sure.
Do you think actually it goes to everybody, you too, Avery? Do you feel as though the storylines now in DC and Marvel, are they better now, or are they better back in the 90s?
I got 2 words for you. Hellfire Gala.
That's so inside baseball, dude.
And not only did they do it last year, they're doing it again this year.
Yeah, I'm never going back to buying their shit.
Basically, let me TLDR, Ramel. The stories now, they're not stories. They're the people who are writing the comics aren't actually fans of the comics or the characters. They just use them as vehicles to tell whatever story they want. And so there's no, like, the characters that from like the 90s comics don't even exist anymore.
If they're there, you wouldn't recognize them the way they act and talk.
Like, they don't exist. And so the comics now are just like really bad.
It's a lot of fashion shows, coffee shop talk.
Yes.
They're doing streaming YouTube shows. The characters are, and there are a lot of yes queen slaying.
Yeah, from they so the Hellfire Gala is now a. Remember how we used to have summer events, Ramel? Like there could be crossover events and just like big battles across like multiple lines and stuff. Well, now in the summers they have a blockbuster thing called Hellfire Gala, and that is where all of the bad guys and all of the good guys, they all get dressed in suits and ties and they meet, and the entire.
It's a fashion show.
The issues are fashion shows, and they just talk about ho ho ho, you got me good last time you stabbed me in the gut, and I'm not making that up. And so it's like the Grammy Awards or the Emmy Awards or something, right? And that's what comics is, and that's what they're pushing. And I'm not making it up.
And the X-Men, the group that fought for the peaceful coexistence of mutants and humans, right? Yeah, them and a lot of their villains who were mutants all lived together on an island. So they formed their own nationalist country.
So Krakoa?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mutant nationalist.
Yeah. They only mutants live there, so they're ethno-nationalists now.
Here, I'm gonna share. This is a modern book.
And if you don't like it, you're the bigot.
I'm not gonna look. This is for Ramel. This is an example of what they've been doing. I'm just gonna let Ramel read. We should bring this to Ramel on a weekly basis because this is how it is now. But so just check this out. I want you to do me a favor, Ramel. I'm gonna put this on the screen. Will you narrate it? Will you read the copy?
His audio is really bad.
It's okay.
Okay.
Can you do that, Ramel?
You want me to narrate?
Huh?
You want me to narrate?
I want you to narrate. I want you to read it. Just
to be perfectly clear, you honestly want me to do this?
Yes.
Okay. Hey. You asked for it.
Now, are you showing the single page?
Yes.
That's the edited page.
No.
You know that. They took art from three different pages. They edited it together into one
The context doesn't make it better, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It's not an actual published page. It's an edited page.
Yeah, do you want me to show? Fine, I will.
Show him the page. Let him read it. I mean, I understand, but
the only thing that happened, the only thing they cut out was a cut shot. It was a cut scene, and then it doesn't matter. The context doesn't change.
The bottom line is it was an edited page. It was not an actual published page, as everybody thought it was.
No, it wasn't published. I'm going to the source. Fuck it. Like
it was three pages that they edited together, and the bottom line is they edited it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm gonna. So because Andrew is being a bitch, I'm gonna go ahead and get the. That just means you have to read just a little more, Ramel. It won't matter. It was what Spider-Man was it? Not Amazing. It was what was that
Avenging
book?
Spider-Man.
Avenging. Yeah, Avenging. Hold on. The reason they edited it was because they wanted to share it on social media. It was accurate. They just cut out like cut scenes. Like,
right, I understand.
No, you don't. You're telling Ramel that it's not a real page, and I'm like, every shot is real. They just like cut it. It's not, again, it's not like the extra panels in between make it better. Like it doesn't change the context.
I understand, but the question when it was originally shown was, is this a real page? And the answer was yes, it's absolutely a real page, and it's not. It was clipped panels from three different pages. So
all right.
I know it's semantics. I know it's semantics.
It's semantics. Here's what we're gonna do, because the story sucks, and I don't want to put Ramel through this. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show the page that I was gonna show, and then I'm gonna show the cutscene so we can have actual context. Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Just to make.
You can't bill it as an actual published page because it's not.
It's not
That's
for fucking grading. I'm just trying to show Ramel what modern comics are. Good Christ. Hold on. Look at this. Look, here we go. Here we go, Ramel. So we got the Thing and Spider-Man. Just start, please.
Oh, to love. Weaves, I am so sorry I pounded you.
It's webs, but okay, keep going.
Just keep going. You're good.
Oh, look, my bad. Webs. I'm so sorry I pounded you.
Keep
I'm
going.
not sure where this is going. Don't be. It was my fault. You know, I think the world of you. It's mutual. Oh, come here and give us a kiss, you big goofball. It's slaughtering time. Get the fuck out. What the fuck is going on?
Please keep going.
Keep going.
I don't think I want to.
No.
Oh,
What does Peter Parker say?
Motherfucker says, who the fuck says Nito?
Hold on. Let's see what else we got.
Mr. Thing, Snuggle Buggles. Yeah, kid. You couldn't smash this box for me, could you?
Wait. So you see they're making out, right?
God, I
He still got him cradled in his arms, bro.
yeah, sure thing. Hey.
That's it. And this is just, I mean, this is not even like, so I'll show you the full thing because whatever, Andrew's being a bitch. This is actually old. So this is from like several years ago. Now they don't even pretend. So this is kind of how it used to be, right? What they used to do is kind of do this. So here's the shot in the comic there. And so there's this panel here. Basically, it's like a love gun or some nonsense bullshit. And they're just like making out while all this stuff is going on. So the added panels just means that they were making out longer because now there's beats. So there you go, Andrew. So there, I don't know. These side characters are doing dumb shit, right? And then all of a sudden, I guess, whatever happens, and they like snap out of it or something. We never talk about this ever, right? But like this is like, they don't do this they don't even like, they wouldn't take it back now if they added this in now. And so this is your modern comic.
I mean,
what sucks is the artist is pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I feel bad for the
I feel bad for the guy.
Was the machine the guy was holding what was controlling them?
Yeah.
Is that why they snapped out of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like Psycho Man's control thing.
Yeah, it was something like that. It was a controlling mechanism.
Yeah, so, I mean,
KG, wait. KG says good night, all. Good night, KG. And KG. MK says, what in the AF? I'm expecting Deadpool. Yeah, I mean, there are ways to. The problem isn't this. The problem is that there are ways to tell a story, and there are ways to make it funny and good.
And there's ways to make it weird. And
there's ways to make it weird.
They did that.
Yeah, and to show Ramel, like, I mean, this ain't even tip of the iceberg now, man. Like stuff now, it's not about story, it's about agenda. And it really is about agenda. Like there's no story. And it's sad because I think they're missing a golden opportunity to tell some really good stories. Like, you want to have Superman come out gay. That's cool. Why don't you actually have a story, like an arc about like the struggle of coming out, or what that emotionally did, because his whole life, they've had to pretend they were straight, whatever, make it up. But like, there's none of that. They just say, fuck it, it's over.
No, I 100% agree with you. It's like they're not telling stories; they're telling situations.
Hey,
correct.
And
correct.
Where are the gay characters DC has that no one had a problem with? Midnighter and Apollo.
Oh God, bro.
No one had a problem with them.
Yep. No, they were fine. And those were good stories. And
Authority.
And is Authority like a classic or what?
It was a good comic.
It's a classic.
You can add John Constantine to that list too.
Everybody.
John's by.
Everybody.
Yeah, he's got chicks and dudes.
Yeah, he's by.
MK says exactly. MK says exactly. Just a light switch. No story. And that's the thing. It's like it's not about where they.
Hellblade is one of my favorite comics.
It's not about where they want this, where they're putting the story. Like if you want these characters to change or swap out, no one gives a shit. Like it's comics. I remember one of my favorite stories was Punisher being in jail, and the way he got out of jail was they made him black. Like, what kind of stupid story
Oh my
is
god,
that?
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's really stupid, but it had a Joe
Oh my
Quesada
God.
cover, and it was dope. Like, they gave him a face transplant or something.
That is
Like-
a little.
You know
That's
what?
a little.
It's
You know what?
stupid, but it's
You know
okay. At
You
least they
versus
tried.
mine, I'm black, and even I cringed at that. Like, what the fuck?
Oh shit! I forgot.
You remember that?
Yeah, that didn't even fly with me. Like,
No, but
what?
at least, but it was a bad story. At least they tried. It's not like they just like, all of a sudden, he comes out of the closet or something.
First of all, if you go to jail, you have a better chance of getting out of being white than black. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
He said he did it
Yeah,
wrong.
whoever came up with that premise.
Yeah, they don't
Wasn't thinking.
understand life. They don't understand life.
Well,
He's black. Oh, he ain't never getting out.
well, no. I think Ramel. I think they made him black because so they could actually have him run away,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
actually escape the
Yeah,
jail.
all right, whatever. Yeah. That's fine with me.
You're not wrong though, man. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
MK says missed that. Was it Tropic Thunder? No, it was
Yeah, that was definitely some Tropic Thunder type shit.
It was was it
Oh god, I forgot about that, man. That was pretty cringy. It was pretty bad.
They've done a lot of crazy things with the Punisher that people don't realize. At
Yeah.
one point, Wolverine's son Dakin is sent by Norman Osborn to kill him. And he not only kills him, he chops him into multiple pieces. And somebody brings him back and he becomes Frankencastle, becomes Frankenstein monster.
Oh, yeah. They did that too.
They did that to him. And somehow he survived from that.
yeah.
All right, that pit number 1, the 9.6, it's got 4.5 minutes left. It's still only at $10.50. What do you think I should place on it just to see if we can get it?
What do you mean we ain't getting shit. Dude.
Look, Andrew has a habit, and it's okay. We can help him with this. We can help him with this.
While you're pondering that, let me toss this out there. If you can find it, there's this low budget movie called Frankenhooker. It's entertainment.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah.
Well, I know.
I know Avery's probably heard of it.
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
It's worth one watch. That's it.
It's Joe Quesada. God, look how good that cover is. Joe Quesada.
So he's black and escaping from prison.
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I'm calling bullshit.
Hold on.
Okay.
Frankenhooker.
Yeah, Avery, you've seen that or know of it, correct?
I haven't. I've heard of it, but I've never seen it. Is it on Tubi?
It's on one of those low budget streaming services. Like I said, it's good for one watch.
Oh, I think it is on Tubi.
Yeah. Man, get the fuck out of here, man.
Yeah, but that was from the 90s.
Yeah, this is 1990, man.
Yeah,
this is like 1990.
I don't know if they tried to get away with that nowadays, though.
Hell no. Black with blue eyes?
Hold on. Here's the other.
What, does that not exist?
Avery, I should smack you.
Smack who? Me or him?
No, you. Accent is well, no. Honestly, blue eyes does exist. It's more of a anomaly. It's not common.
Yeah, it's someone who's very mixed.
Yeah.
Well, I could one day have grandchildren with black skin and blue eyes. So, actually, I don't think so. I think Ayla has brown eyes.
Yeah, does blue eyes run in your family? Because it's.
Well, I have blue eyes, but I don't think any of my children do. So.
Yeah, it's recessive.
Yeah. It's not gonna fly.
But so it is technically possible that Ayla and Raphael's kids could have
And there's a good chance he could be 6'5" too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like Avery's tiptoeing around this shit.
He's just tired, but yeah, it's oh,
No,
man.
but I was actually bringing that up to kind of bring up the point. Remember what good stories were when
Yes.
when we were reading comics? Like, honestly, I think one of the best X-Men stories. Like, if I had to pick like top 10 X-Men stories, like or arcs, my absolute number one would be Days of Future Past.
Oh yeah.
Well, of course, that's classic.
Hands down, the top story that I've read that I enjoyed. And it was covered in 2 issues. 2 issues. But it was a foundational story. It was like crazy good.
What's up, Doc? How you doing, brother? Welcome. Ramel, do you ever see the Goran Parlov Barracuda issues?
No. Who the fuck am I looking at?
He's like this bad guy. He was like, this was a fucking awesome story, man.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm a fan of the art. I'm like,
I've seen that drawing before.
Goran Parlov became like one of my favorite artists for this shit. So fucking good.
I'm not a fan of that crop top though.
Let's see. Let's check this out. Look at that.
The funny part of that story is that Barracuda was hired by this rich guy to protect his son, who was a hemiplegic, and he was like this skinny little nerdy looking guy. And it was like a 4-issue series. By the way, I didn't win the pit. I paid $15 and it went to 22. So that's all right.
You gonna be okay?
I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna survive.
Darn.
And at the very end of the story, he gets the kid where he's supposed to be, and the kid like has all these guns, and he's like showing him how to be a real man and protecting him from the bad guys. And at the very end of the story, he like pats the kid on the back, and all of a sudden he gets a nosebleed, and he just squirts it everywhere and just dies from a nosebleed. It's pretty horrific, but yeah. Yeah, that was the story.
Yeah, but Goran Parlov is one of my all-time favorite artists, and that dude's Punisher cannot be beaten.
He draws a fantastic Punisher.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up a couple Punisher drawings he did.
I'm trying to think what would be my other great X-Men story arc.
Who cares about the X-Men? We're talking Punisher tonight.
No, I thought the Inferno was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno was a pretty good story.
Yeah.
They ruined it because didn't they do like Inferno 2?
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I didn't read any of that shit.
No, I heard. I'm not 100% on that. They did another Inferno from what I was told.
Yeah, I know. I know they did. I saw books with the logo, and I was just like, nope.
No. How are you going to do a sequel arc? That is dumb as shit. I like that.
He draws a very top-heavy, thick-necked Punisher.
Yeah,
and he looks great.
So good, man.
Little
I like about it is that he's not like he's not super defined. Like everybody draw these characters that are just like everybody looks like they go to the same fucking gym.
Right.
There's no diversity between body types. So when you have like a top heavy or something like that, I can appreciate that.
Look how sick that is. It just looks so fluid, man.
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. I got a couple others. This is a kind of like a simple, like a sketch, a headshot sketch he did. Let's see.
Yeah, they changed his skull logo, and
I know
it got hated.
Well, you saw what they did to how they killed the Punisher, right? They ruined the character forever.
Yeah, they deliberately broke the character.
They broke the character.
Because the right.
Avery, you want to tell them what they did, or Andrew?
I don't really care.
They brought back his dead wife, and she basically emasculated him.
Yeah, completely emasculated him.
They completely emasculated the character. They gutted him, and then they
Well, they had a series, and basically they changed the Punisher to where they started doing flashbacks in his life as throughout the series, and it was like him killing puppies, and like basically they turned him into a psychopath where he always killed for fun, right? Which is not the character, but they just changed the character to where he thought he was doing a good thing, but the reality is that he was like a psychopath. It was just killing for fun. His wife comes back from the dead, is terrified of him, says he's terrified of him, says she never loved him. She was done with him. She was that day where she died in the park, like, you know, how the classic Punisher story, right?
Yep.
She was going to, that while they were at the park, she was going to tell him that she wanted a divorce because he was abusive to her too. And then like he ended up having this power, and she broke him so hard that he commits suicide. And then while he's dying, she says, because I'm back and I'm divorcing you. I'm legally divorcing you. I've already taken everything you own, and I've sold everything you own. Like everything has been sold. All of your hideouts, all your equipment, I've sold it all off. It's all gone. Huh?
She sold all his guns?
Everything. She took all the money. She took everything, which is not true. I mean, that's not how divorce law works, but whatever. You kind of forfeit your rights to whatever when you die. It's kind of a thing, but whatever. Anyway, so he commits suicide and just apologizes for ever existing and disappears into nothing and is like completely vaporized. Like, it's not even like stabbing, like they vaporize him. And then he goes into some other world and like he's helping children or something. His spirit lives on, but Frank Castle is no more and will never return. Yeah, they just smoke the character, man. Meanwhile, like all us real motherfuckers just want to see this shit right here. Look at that shit.
Oh, that's dope.
Look how dope that is. And there's like a baby doll on the ground. Like, that's just so good. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that baby doll's kind of creepy, but okay.
Yeah, super creepy. This series, this Punisher series was like under the Max line, which was like adults. So it was not for kids. Like, it was definitely not for kids.
So let me ask this: did the Punisher ever at any point have any like impactful like storylines or arcs?
I'm not sure what you mean by that.
Well, I mean, like when I say impactful, like, is there a story arc?
Oh,
that he had in the past that kind of further developed his character.
Yeah, I would say. I'll check this shit out, bro.
Still refers to or something like that.
Yeah, welcome back, Frank.
Yeah, welcome back, Frank. I have a couple of them. Here, hold on. I'll bring them over.
Man, I lost out on that what if because I didn't click the bid button quick enough. I put in $22 and I hit the button and it already ended. And
what was the? Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
It sold for like $16.
Big Fat Kill. No, Big Fat Kill is Frank Miller. What was the Punisher book? The Mike Zeck Punisher book. Shit. That was awesome.
the first miniseries.
The first miniseries, yeah.
He did a couple, but it was a story. It was a full. I have it here somewhere. And I can't see it because anyway. I am looking in the right place.
I don't know the name of the story.
Return of Big Nothing. That's it. So here I'll show you a couple books that I think are definitive Punisher books, Ramel. And I think Zach's got a story too. He's chilling, but I saw the message. You got an interesting story. So hold on. Ramel, can you see this?
I had to run to the kitchen. I had to turn off my camera because I went straight Donald Duck. Sorry.
The level of professionalism from the guests on your show.
Hey, I turned off my camera before I did it now.
He doesn't even realize you're highlighting you. So
He didn't stand up and have his balls hanging out.
I only did that once, damn it. You told me afterwards you liked it.
I lied.
So that first Punisher miniseries, well, I gotta wait for there he is. All right. So that first Punisher miniseries by Mike Zeck was dope. Another one that was dope. It was all the Mike Zeck stuff, to be honest with you. Another dope one was Return to Big Nothing.
I've seen that cover before, but I don't
remember. It's classic, man. It's classic. There's some really, really beautiful artwork in here. Let's see if I can pull out a page.
Didn't they do a Punisher Year One, something like that?
Yeah, all of my anything Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck was the definitive Punisher guy. He still is. When like Homeboy's in prison.
I don't remember seeing that.
Yeah, super good, man. Just a great Punisher. So that's a good one. Another one was Circle of Blood. This was also Mike Zeck. This is the original, like you'll recognize these covers, right?
Yeah, I recognize that cover.
Yeah, it was like the mini series. Like Circle of Blood was the first one.
Oh, I remember that cover. What storyline was that? Right,
it's called Circle of Blood. They just called it. It was a Punisher limited edition miniseries. It was like 1 in a 4 issue thing, right? Like look at that shit, bro.
Yeah, I had that. That's when he was in jail or some shit.
Yeah, that's right. He's in prison. That's like
Frank Castle gone to jail. Like,
a bunch, man. That's like everyone. That's like his whole. That's like his foil, right? Because all the criminals are in prison and shit. Like,
yeah, he's gone to prison a couple of times.
Still to this day, like, look how good that looks.
Yeah, I had that book. I had that.
Yeah, this is all 4 issues right here. So this one was a great one. Super good book. Highly recommend this one. And then there was a bunch, man. Like this one was really good. This is John Buscema, dude.
Yeah, I have that too. That's a good one.
Barbarian with a Gun.
Yeah.
I never seen that one.
Yeah, I was. It's not like well known, but like it's John Buscema, dude.
I would say he drew one of the best Punishers.
Dude, it's so good because Barbarian with a Gun is literally what.
Well, John Buscema is well known for Conan, so.
Okay.
Right.
Honestly, I really liked his work on. I like John Romita Jr.'s version.
John Romita Jr.'s Warzone, Punisher Warzone is one of my all-time favorites. Like, look at that shit, dude.
So, yeah. So, who was the best Punisher artist? Just
I don't know, man. Because then you got the Goran Parlov, the Barracuda stuff, and that was just. I mean, he did a few series. I don't know. I don't have all of them. Like I'm missing like a couple of them because, but I got the comic somewhere. But like, the Barracuda stuff was just. I'm trying to find some. He didn't do a lot of pinups. It's just pure storytelling, and it's such good storytelling. Like, oh man, it's hard because it's all cinema. It's like he shoots like he draws like films, right?
wait. You got a guy in a shark.
Look how he drew it.
Yeah, that's pretty horrible.
He threw a dude into a shark.
Yeah, and the other one, and Barracuda was like, "Yeah, it looks great." Like I said, this one's not for kids, obviously, but I mean, Punisher's not.
I'm still lost that you kill a guy by throwing him into a shark.
You're trying to tell me it's not one of your daughter's favorites?
No, Andrew, I know I don't. I do not share this with I do not share this with my kids.
I mean, imagine telling somebody else, "Yeah, I killed a motherfucker by throwing him into a shark." Right?
Yeah, that whole book is like that, man. That whole book is full of like crazy shit.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There's the Garth Ennis series. Welcome back, Frank.
Which is actually the Thomas Jane movie was based on that story with the Russian. Yep.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
I'm trying to think of what else.
I liked a lot of the Bradstreet covers for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Y'all, I'm gonna stop my camera for a second, but I'm gonna put a movie in the background.
All right.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Better not be porn.
I promise nothing.
I promise nothing, he says. So, Andrew, have you did you want to look at some of your? Well, actually, before we do that, I guess I've been kind of rude. Zach, how you doing, brother?
He's gone.
I'm here on just a couple things. First off, I just ran out of Southern Comfort, so.
Oh no.
Second,
You know they had eggnog out already this time of year.
No, I actually prefer. I actually like Southern Comforts on the rocks. Not a big whiskey drinker, but I do enjoy Sogo.
Oh yeah.
Mostly because it doesn't actually taste like whiskey. It's got herbs in it. But no, I had an AI story I wanted to tell you, but you guys are talking about comic books, so let me know when you're done with that, and I'll get into
No, you're good. I want to hear an AI story.
All right. Well, I've been experimenting with writing AI called Pseudowrite, and they just came out with a relatively new feature that actually allows you to plot out an entire book. Still a bit buggy. I think a lot of as I said last week, I think a lot of the fears about AI writing at this point are a little overhyped.
Mm-hmm.
It can create a plot, but it's like anything else. The more you put into it, the more you get out of it. So you actually have to do a lot of writing. You actually have to do a fair amount of writing on your end to make it work. So what I did was they have this tool where you can plot out the beats of an individual chapter, and the AI will generate stuff, but it's very generic. Like kind of like generic, genre stuff that's not very interesting. But what I found is that if you literally like plot it out to like individual conversations, like you basically punch in about 25 or 30 beats, it punched out like about 5,600 words worth of text. That's actually fairly well written. I mean, it's not perfect. It's going to require a little bit of chiseling and polishing to make it legible, but it did about like 2 or 3 days worth of work in about 2 hours.
Holy crap! So you're gonna just start pumping out books, basically.
Well, I mean, I'm not getting a lot of traction with the Substack so far, so I got to pay the bill somehow.
Awesome, man. Well, that's cool. That's really cool. I'm actually very excited by some of this. Oh, I could.
Well, I mean, look, it's not good writing, and like I said, I'm just experimenting right now. And to be honest, the stuff I put out is just going to be like totally pulpy trash. But which I'm not really going to promote. But because like, what's the point? I mean, by the time I get around to like getting them an advertising campaign for one, I'll have 2 more written. So just flood the zone, as they say, and see if something bites. But I know, like I said, I think some of the hype is overwritten because I did have to write a fair amount to put in there just to give the AI something to chew on that actually put out something that I actually like.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a big help, I think. I think a lot of the people who are scared about it, it's either overhyped, but I think there are some jobs that are going to be threatened by it. I mean, for example, a lot of the Hollywood strikers right now, they got a reason to be afraid, I think. I mean, yeah, because it's one thing to like actually write the script yourself. It's another just to be hired to polish something that was shit out by a machine. I mean, I can see a situation where they require actual guild writers to put together the parameters for what the AI eventually generates, and then have those writers polish it. But
I'll show you why they're scared, Ramel. So check this out. because this is for both of you. Because I mean, Zach, you've got the writing skill. Ramel, as a director, okay, I want to show you something, okay. As someone who creates stories. Let me turn this on. What's up, Zach?
I was gonna say if I sound a little bit out of it, it's just that this fucking heat's got me wiped out.
That's all right, man.
I've been down here. I've been down here almost over 4 years, and I still can't get used to the goddamn summer heat.
Oh, I've never been able to get used to the Florida heat.
It's days like this. I'm actually in New York. It's almost as hot as it is down here, but it's not as hot for as long. But on the plus side, I'm not dodging crazy hobos on the subways. So
yes, this is true.
It all balances out.
No, you're dodging crazy hobos on the sand.
Yeah, think about the sand. You can run away, or given that this is Florida, you can shoot them. Well, actually, no,
that's right.
You better have a very good reason.
So check this out. This is Runway ML. There's 100% of this was made with text prompts, Ramel. Okay, so you literally typed in, "I want a futuristic city in the background with people staring at it," right? And then later he went back and just added the text to make kind of like a pilot. Does it make sense? So what you're about to see, this is 100. Nothing is real. It's 100% AI. You can pay a subscription right now and do the same thing. Like, this is a tool that anyone. This is not a Hollywood thing. This is something you can go right now to the website and get yourself. Okay, ready for this?
Oh, damn. Holy shit.
Not one thing was real. That was rendered in like 2 days because it was just text prompts, just text, just saying, "I want this."
Here's the thing. I mean, here's a thought I got at this is that right now, I mean, this technology is still pretty new, and I think a best analogy for it will be like the early days of the motion picture camera. So, when film first came out, it was not well received by the people it was especially going to replace, which was theater performers. Mm-hmm. It used to be that if you go to a lot of older towns in the U.S. in the Northeast, you usually find at least one building that has a name: theater, opera house, conservatory, etc., oratory. Well, they were all like the local village and town theaters, and there was an actual circuit, and that was wiped out by the movies.
Yep.
And I think we're heading to something. I think the people who are going to succeed, who are really going to make really good use of this, going in the near future, are the ones who don't have a stake in the existing system. Yeah. I mean, the people who are striking right now, and the studios for that matter, they're going to make use of it, but they're not going to really pull it to its full potential because they have too much invested in the way things are in the past. Right. And there's just too many vested interests, too many old ways of thinking that's going to hold them back.
But I think the challenge though is to understand that it's already done. Meaning like our kids will never my kids when they're older are going to be able to make their own movies and TV shows, and it's going to look like that, and it'll never that'll be the Photoshop. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be like, oh yeah, I'm 7 and I made this blockbuster film. Like, it's about to get real crazy.
I know,
and I don't think people understand it.
And I think the people who are fighting striking right now, or the people in the publishing world flipping out about AI writing and so on and so forth, or the people in the comic community, shitting kittens about, pardon my language, like crapping kittens about the shitting kittens.
No, it's good. You can say shit. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, shitting kittens about AI art. Some of them are going to get it. Maybe a few of them are going to survive, but again, I think too many of them, even the young ones, are products of the old system. They're paid into it. They're invested into it. They want to come. The whole way of thinking is predicated on, a 20th century paradigm of how it should be. Like the idea of the movie star is, well, I mean, it's basically dead at this point, but people still want to be the movie star. They want to be, even though the movie star is a concept that really can't exist outside of a system where access and distribution is tightly controlled, and which requires a fairly expensive support system to put together. I mean, you got to hire a camera crew and all the actors, or same thing with comic books. I think, with AI, with writing. And again, as I say this, and I know I'm repeating myself, the people who are going to succeed at this are the ones who come at it clean, with no attachments to the old system. For whom this is literally virgin territory, and they're. So does that make sense?
It totally does. Here, I want to show you something else. Dr. Funk says, "Oh, I saw this trailer the other day. It's so crazy, and Runway's getting so good." Yeah, man. Check this out. Somebody did an experiment and realized that Runway does really good black and white. So same thing, Ramel. This is 100% just someone typing in a couple of paragraphs for each shot, right? Maybe like a couple sentences for each shot. Ready for this?
Oh, I've been ready.
Like those aren't real people.
Yeah, they have certain likenesses.
Yeah. And if you watch it too long, it'll still kind of morph a little bit, like the face will morph. But like it's getting, I mean, this is like a couple of months old, man. Like it's already leaps and bounds from what it used to be. And it's just looping now. Like look at that effing thing. Like what the hell? Like look how cool that shit is. Like, what is that? I don't know. It looks dope. Like, all I'm saying is, like, if Hollywood, this is the future, at least, of animatics. I mean, it's the future of movies, but in the short term, it's the future of animatics. Like if I was a designer, if I was like an art director for a film, I just have people make this shit because this is like you could give this shot to an art director and you have a really cool looking film. Like, I think the thing that's really neat or like interesting is that the AI design is proving how lazy a lot of modern designers are, because like it's just they're just not able to use our imaginations anymore. It's crazy shit.
Honestly, but where there's kind of, I want to say, a catch-22. You say you have a guy that's really good at writing, but he's not that good at drawing, and he doesn't want to kind of let somebody else steal his idea, so he doesn't have to trust that into an artist that's going to copy his shit and make another movie, which does happen. It's happened with a couple of different movies. We have different guys working on different sets, and they go and they make different movies. I'll get into that a little bit later, but you really don't have to trust your idea to an artist. You could prompt in exactly what you want and don't have to go through the hassle of somebody trying to interpret what you want. So that kind of solves it. It creates kind of a lane for them to be lazy, but it avoids certain risks. With that, I'm gonna challenge myself. What are we in August? I'm gonna challenge myself to create a trailer by October.
That's cool.
Just a runway trailer. Personally challenge myself.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I have a couple of thoughts on what you just showed me. First of all, I remember reading also what you said, Ramel, about people not trusting ideas. I remember I was reading a history of Marvel, and Chris Claremont, he spent like 14 years writing pretty much every X-Men title out there. It was like the longest run in history comic books for like one writer to stay on a title. Usually they don't stay like what is it, like the max is like usually like 2 or 3 years at most, and they get swapped out. But the thing is, after he was pulled off of X-Men, he basically found himself in a bit of a lurch because yes, he was a writer, but he couldn't draw, and he was working in a medium that placed a premium on the ability to draw. So he had to work with an artist. But if you can imagine someone like Claremont today who had this sort of technology, you know, he has that writing ability, and you know, his ability and the fact that he can't draw is no longer, you know, relevant because technology can draw for him.
Right.
He doesn't have to hire an artist anymore. So that would be
right.
And the other idea I have is, you know, Todd, please tell me if this goes over the line. The story goes, you know, the fact is that every major new audiovisual technology, the ones that usually succeed are the ones in which the porn industry takes like a big interest in. That's why VHS.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's why VHS beat out the Betamax. Because
wait, what? Circle back to that. What?
All right. So what I said was, with every new advance in audiovisual media, like, you know, movies, TV, you know, movies, etc. The thing that usually determines which format wins is the one that the porn industry, you know, chooses. That's why, for example, in the 80s, VHS beat out Betamax because among other things, that was the preferred medium for X-rated movies.
Yeah,
So,
the porn industry, I mean, the porn industry has always been at the forefront of technology.
So the thing is, I mean, if you look at AI right now, a lot of the big leading companies like Midjourney, ChatGPT, and all the rest, they have insane filters built in to block anything that even hints of like X-rated, even hints of smut, because, you know, that's the last thing they want is for someone to spam the internet with hardcore deepfakes of, you know, Scarlett Johansson, which would open them up to one hell of a lawsuit. But
too late.
Yeah, but the thing is that it's only a matter of time before someone takes the plunge. I mean, actually, they already have taken the plunge. I mean, there are X-rated friendly AIs out. They're not very good yet, but because they don't have the funding. But I'm thinking, you know, if I was in an industry right now and that should be worried about this, is probably, you know, the smut industry, because right off the bat, you can, like, if you can get an AI that's even like that's really good.
Oh, you don't know how right you are, man.
You're not even going to need, you know, X-rated actors anymore. I mean, here's the funny thing, and this is like something I found kind of funny and very sad. And I'll let you say, Todd. But
sure.
there was this influencer and, you know, OnlyFans woman who basically took a chat AI, you know, fixed her, you know, face to it and created an AI girlfriend. And she's like making, you know, I don't know how many thousands of dollars a month from lonely guys who want an AI girlfriend that looks like, I don't know, their favorite influencer.
Yep. They're actually doing that now. So there are AI, like, people have used Midjourney now. I'll show you. Ramel's like, whatever. Look.
No. I mean, to combine your favorite influencer into a porn setting is just unsettling to me.
What about this? What about the opposite? Because what they're actually doing now is there are people who have gotten so good at Midjourney and like AI, like typing in prompts for like getting similar faces. There are now virtual AI influencers. So check this out.
Yeah.
Check this out. This is Mila Sofia. She's not real. She doesn't exist. 24-year-old virtual girl from Helsinki, Finland. I was made by AI. So this person does not exist.
It's probably just a composite of a photo with filters.
No, it's AI. The AI is generating like a person, right?
It's able to do that.
But because this is sort of what's popular, I mean, it's a perfect human. Like there's no like.
It looks like Olivia Dunn.
Yeah, it really does. But 16,000 followers, and what's going to happen is like this. The more likes and follows this account gets, the more popular the character. Well, you know, that's where the money comes in, because people don't give a crap about, like, businesses don't care. They just want the attention. Right. So if this character is popular, then she'll be, then very soon she'll have her own like you know,
Yeah.
what do you call endorsements and stuff like that, right?
Well, I've been saying this. I've been saying this for like a bunch of you know, of our nerd dens. I mean, what's going to happen is that, you know, again, movie making AI, it's still in its infancy, but it's going to get to the point where you can do with a movie AI what you can now do with Midjourney, which is punch in a bunch. You know, well, it'll obviously have to be a little more advanced, and you'll have to like literally like script out a lot of the beats, which is.
Sorry, MK says spank bank influencers.
Thank you very much.
But I mean, it's like it's a perfect figure and a perfect body because it's not real.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, look. I mean, the thing is that I think probably sooner than we think, you know, movie making AI is going to get to the point where if you're willing to put in the time to like literally script out every beat the way I described earlier, you know, you combine it with what you're seeing here now, you can make your own movie with this, and you know, charge money for it.
Sure.
I mean, at that point, it's not. I mean, it's just gonna be a matter of marketing. You know, you got to be able to sell it. You know, get people interested in it. So, I guess this person's, you know, whoever the person who's behind this is probably smart. You know, build up an audience, wait for the technology to get where it needs to be, and then, you know, pump out a movie with that character.
So these people are not real, right here. Like this is not a real person, right? That is not a real person.
That's
Seriously?
crazy.
Yeah, this is 100% AI.
So she looks like every other. She looks like every other influencer I've ever seen.
Right. Well, that's the point. None of this is real.
You ever notice that they always have the same sort of like the same kind of photos and the same sort of backdrops?
That's right. But it doesn't. I mean, that one actually kind of looks fake. Like you can actually tell that's not real. But
yeah,
like most of these look very realistic. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, kids, teenagers, the kids that kind of like follow this stuff, like they don't like know. And you know, they also probably don't like the next generation of kids is not going to care. This person has this AI has 91,000 followers.
You know what? I gotta say that there's one thing I'm gonna be sad about. There will be no more movie stars, because all the movie stars will be fake, literally fake.
Yep.
I hate to agree with you. It'll be a while. But anyway, MK, just know I'm going to reuse that term spank bank. So.
That's not an original thing.
Hey,
wait, which one? Doc says
I've never heard of it.
Doc says this one is making millions. It has deals with Chanel and top designers. Which one was that? The Mila one or the other one? Which one was it, Doc? Was it this one, the Hayden one, or let me know. I'm just curious. Because I had like a list here. But whatever. I mean, it's crazy. Here's one. AI model by day, professional pizza eater by night. She's got 7,000 followers. It's almost like an anime. Oh, can't do that. Little naughty bits coming up. Hit the link. Lil Michaela. Little Michaela. Okay.
Yeah, that one does look a bit fake. I mean, just the way the hips are. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that the AI stuff. Yeah.
There's some nudie ones in here, so I can't show this one.
Well,
but you know, it's just I mean, her eyes are. She has like anime. It's a little anime face. Little Michaela. Let me type this in. I want to see this AI. What's it? Lil Michaela.
You know, here's the question I have for you: is there an AI for music yet?
There is.
No, that's just depressing.
Yeah, there's You have AI where they will sample a certain artist's voice pattern, or whatever you want to call it, and they'll sing another song like somebody did, like, you want to know what, like, say Hank Williams would sound like rapping Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg, and it'll do it.
Oy.
Doc says the AI always gives these chicks badonkadonk.
Mm.
Here you go, Ramo. This is
I'll be right back.
the Cantina Star Wars scene in AI. Hold on. He just typed in aliens in a bar, I guess, but still, it looks pretty good. It looks great.
Like, that's Treat Williams.
Yeah. There you go. It's just amazing. Again, like, that's the Hank Williams and Gin and Juice. All right, so Andrew, should we look at some of your books?
Sure, if you want to. Hold on a second. I'm paying attention to one more eBay auction. I already won 2.
Here you go. So while you're doing that, it's okay. I'll get one more AI thing for Mel, because this is another sci-fi thing, and I know he digs.
Wait, what's up with the XYZ movie by Wes Anderson?
Oh yeah, so there was in Midjourney, and I think people were doing prompts like Star Wars by like Star Wars Star Wars but directed by Wes Anderson, basically, and they were getting like crazy awesome results. I'll see if I can pull some up. I'll pull it up. But check this out. Let's see. I haven't seen this.
Is there audio for it or no?
Hold on. Like, come on, man. Are you kidding me?
It looks a lot like the first one we watched.
Yeah, well, people are doing, people like sci-fi, and again, the technology's been out for like 2 months. Let's see if I can find some like Wes Anderson ones real quick. I don't really know what to type about this. Star Wars by Wes Anderson.
I'm trying to think of the one director that did a bunch of films in the Philippines in the late 70s, early 80s. I gotta look him up. I can't think of his name.
Here you go. Check this out. This is I think they took the images from Midjourney. Check this out. Doc, thank you, brother. See you soon. Yeah, check this out, Ramon. All right, this one has audio. All right, ready?
Yeah.
In a galaxy far, far away, prepare for a reboot like never before. This summer, Wes Anderson brings you a side of the Star Wars universe you've never seen before, the Galactic Menagerie. Join this ragtag crew of unlikely heroes as they navigate the absurdity of the cosmos, challenge the Empire, and redefine what it means to be a rebel.
Our mission is simple. We steal the Emperor's artifact, save the galaxy, and maybe find ourselves along the way.
For this mission, we'll need lightsaber, blaster, thermal detonator, paper airplanes, spare parts, and R2.
With a star-studded ensemble featuring the galaxy's most eccentric cast, the Galactic Menagerie is the most delightfully offbeat Star Wars adventure yet. Starring Timothée Chalamet, Scarlett Johansson, Edward Norton, Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, William Dafoe, Adrian Brody, and Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Coming to theaters this summer, may the Force be with you.
Wow, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like he's got such a unique style that it just works. You're like, I want to see that movie.
Where did Avery go?
He bounced. He had a really long day and he wasn't feeling too well.
Shit, I had a really long day.
No, he was in the emergency room all night.
Oh shit, damn. Okay, well,
yeah,
he was longer than mine.
No, he's okay, and his mom was okay. It's just a relative kind of a thing.
Cool.
So, but yeah.
Now, yeah, my long day started around about 3. Well, it started at 3 a.m. and it didn't really get bad until about 12 noon.
Yeah, everything all right in the world of shipping and shit? Yeah?
No, I was just a grunt. It was...
So you getting more money?
Not yet. Well, a bit of insider. What it is that the company agreed to the contract we proposed. They agreed to it. So now that contract goes, it has to go to every single member. Like, hey, here's the contract. Do you agree with it or not? So we have to vote on it to ratify it. So it has to pass. There's a lot of groans and gripes from just all sides. A lot of people are in favor of it. A lot of people are not in favor of it. Which way it's going to go, I couldn't tell you honestly. It could. I think it's going to swing to where they're going to actually vote it past. Like, yeah, but I don't think it's going to be an overwhelming margin. So right now, it's like we're still working while they're ratifying the vote, so to speak. No, but the company ain't too happy about paying us more money, so they're really putting one over on us.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like unconsensual sex.
Shit.
But not quite rape.
Fair enough, I guess. Ugh.
All right, sorry, I just had to celebrate because I almost screwed up.
Sorry.
You remember how I said I had won 6 auctions from this guy, so I need to win 2 more? Well, I won 2 more, but I had bids on 3 more books. So I was waiting for them to get outbid, and the last one got outbid at the very last second. So I was like, oh, thank goodness. But I did win that what if, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good.
I guess I did win it, and I didn't realize it. But so I'm going to be very happy. So you want to highlight me, and I'll show you these books real quick. I promise I will not tell you a story about each and every one.
Hey, real quick, have y'all figured out the movie I was watching?
Oh, hold on a second. Oh, I was thinking about your quote. I'm prepared to scour the earth for that. I have no idea.
No,
are you watching the original Captain America?
Not the. It's an older, crappier one.
Right, the original one.
It's not the original. It's one before that.
Oh, okay.
MK got it.
Oh, that's Pulp Fiction?
Yes, it is.
Oh shit. Okay.
No, remember after Bruce Willis had sworn him for that fight, and they was looking for him. They were like,
oh yeah.
He wanted done. He's like, I'm prepared to scour the earth for that motherfucker. I had a much longer one, but it limits the characters to 50. So
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, I had to do that one last minute. Yeah, this version of Captain America was so bad. They the Red Skull literally strapped him to a rocket and fired him from the Soviet Union to the United States, and he was able to divert hitting the White House by taking out the rudder of the missile he was strapped to. It's weird. It's very weird. So that's how he ended up in frozen in Alaska.
All right. So you ready to see a couple comics?
Yeah.
All right. Cool beans, everybody. All right. The first one I got here is a 9.6 copy of Black Science #1. This is the alternate cover, the James Robinson alternate cover. This series is, I enjoyed it thoroughly. It's Rick Remender and Mateus Galera. I think it went for like 36 issues or something like that. Every one that I read, even though I haven't read the whole series, I enjoyed the hell out of every single one of these. So it was a great series. And the reason I picked this one up is because somebody had a really good price on it and another one, which is one that I really wanted. And that is Saga issue #3. This is a 9.4 copy of issue #3 of Saga. The reason why I was excited about getting this is because I have in my collection to be graded issues 2, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I was missing issue 3. And of course, issue 1. Issue 1's like a $500-$600 book. I doubt I'll ever have it. But to be able to get this one to go into my collection of Saga. I don't know if anybody's ever read Saga, but it's an interesting little comic. And this cover is actually kind of freaky. You see this girl who's been disemboweled, and she's just sitting there like, hey, yeah, no big deal. In the story, the parents that have a baby land on a planet where there's ghosts, and they meet this young lady who is a ghost. And she kind of tags along with them and becomes like the baby's babysitter. She's like a teenage girl when she was killed, and she was disemboweled. So her ghost is disemboweled. So it's kind of sick and gross at the same time, but it's kind of cool at the same time. But this is the one that I really wanted, so I got a 2 for sale with this auction. So I was very happy with that. All right. Next up, this is one I bought specifically for me. It's one of the ones that we were looking at that night, last Friday. It's Briar #1. It's a 9.8 copy, and this is the Yannick Paquette alternate cover. I absolutely adored the art in this series. I have a copy of issue 1. Actually, I have like 2 copies of issue #1 that I may get graded just to add them to maybe my personal collection or what I take to the store. But I don't know if there's any movement on this issue. I just freaking fantastic. Love the art. The story, little weird. I mean, it's a retelling of Sleeping Beauty, but it's a modern type retelling of it, but still sword and sorcery and fantasy and stuff and all. But I enjoyed the art very much. Next up, for X-Men collectors, it's X-Men issue #194. This is a 9.6. This is one of the ones we were looking at last week, and I was able to win this auction and get this book. What a fantastic John Romita Jr. cover.
That's Nimrod.
Yeah.
Yep. You got Rogue, who stole the powers from Colossus and Nightcrawler, and fighting Nimrod. And
look at the geometry on that page. Like there's the 2 triangles, and then there's just like a U curve, and that's basically like.
Oh yeah,
that's so good.
John Romita Jr. is very good. I like this one a lot, but most likely it's going to go in the store. Even though I've kind of got a itching. This was not one of my had as a kid. I got to keep it issues. So, even though it is a great issue. All right. Next up, I got this one just because I was a fan of the art. We met the artist, Scott Hepburn, at one of the New York Comic Cons, and I actually bought some of the original pages from him. I ended up, Todd, I know if you remember, but I bought like 6 or 7 pages from the guy.
Yep, that was a great book.
I sold them all except for one of them. I still have one page, and I really enjoyed the series. I love the art. And this was a copy of issue number 1 and 9.4, which is kind of standard
Pretty good.
grade,
Right.
but it looks gorgeous. So
That's great.
this is probably one that'll probably go in the store, but if it never sells, I'm okay with that. I gladly keep it. Next one up, I picked up. I had heard the story was good. I've never read an issue of it, but this is Scumbag number 1 from Image Comics. It's also a James Robinson alternate cover, but it was a 9.8. And I don't know if this has been opted for anything, but I've heard there's rumors that something may be happening. So it's an investment book. We'll see what happens. But you got to love James Robinson's art. Always a good thing. Now, whether or not the issue is actually any good or not, I have no idea. I've never read it, but I've been told it's fun. So I'm going to save this one for last, just because. Next up, this can easily stay in my personal collection, Terminator number 1, 9.6 from Dark Horse. This is a fantastic, gorgeous comic.
That's one of my all-time favorite books.
Yep. And this is another one of those ones where if it doesn't sell, I gladly will keep it. But I'll put a ridiculous amount on it so nobody will buy it and keep it for myself. Or maybe it'll become a birthday present or a Christmas present for Todd one year.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, that shit I couldn't remember asking earlier. Who has that sketchbook that's being mailed around?
Avery currently has it. I don't know if he's gotten a chance to do any work in it or not. I didn't ask him, but I'll ask him later. But yeah, he's got it.
Okay.
All right. Next one, another X-Men issue. This is issue number 202 of X-Men. This is another John Romita Jr. issue, part of the Secret Wars 2 crossover, and it's also a 9.6. And look, gorgeous this thing is.
That's so nice.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah, one of the issues I was bidding on this evening was it was a later X-Men. It was also a 9.6. It was one of the Silvestri issues. And I don't know how much it went for, but I only bid like $15, and somebody got it for like 16. So I'm okay with that. But next up, this one's a little lower grade, but it's X-Men 196. This is one of the ones we were looking at before.
Yeah, that I love that book.
Fantastic cover. My screen keeps going dark. But an 8.5.
That one shot tells a complete story.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's on the cover? Because my screen is completely dark.
It's there's a masked, all black masked character who's crouching over a fallen woman, and I think there's another body, and in shadow you see that Wolverine standing in front of her with his claws drawn, and then behind her is the shadow of Wolverine. It's a really great issue. This is issue 196. And last but not least, another one that if it doesn't sell,
196.
196, yes. Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man number 1. You ready, Todd?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gorgeous, bro.
Yeah. You remember they were selling these at Heroes Con. There was somebody that had like a box full of them, and they were wanting like $175 a piece.
Yeah.
I got it for about 100 less than that.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
So, yes, very happy with it. And there's so many alternate versions of this out there. It's crazy to try to keep track of. I'm just happy to have one. You know, there's a newsstand copy. There's a bagged copy that's unbagged. There's the silver, and there's the silver with this and the silver with that. And there's all different variations out there, but I'm just happy to have one. So these are the 10 new comics that I got this week. And not next week, but the week after next week, I'll have a whole bunch more to share with you guys. Like I said, I have 21 that I've already paid for, and then I have another 9 more that'll be coming to me after that. So another 30 books.
You're a junkie, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the store.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I see where this is headed. You went from original art to like slabbed books.
Well,
but it's gonna
books.
look great. Are you gonna get the hold on,
please?
Now, are you gonna get the gear to like mount it on the wall and shit?
Right now I have a row of them in my front windows where I display them.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm planning on doing this weekend is I'm looking into building a display rack in the window that'll hold 9 of them facing out. And then I'm going to put 9 of them facing in. So somebody who walks by can see the ones on the outside, and they come in, they can see the other 9.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of my construction projects for this weekend, is building a display rack for at least one of the 4 windows where it'll be filled with CGC graded books.
That's pretty fucking cool. Now, are you going to keep them there? You're going to have to take them down.
Well, I have one of the issues that I have in the store right now is that Batman Superman. That's a low print run Jim Lee variant. It's a rare book. I think I have like 300 on it. I don't leave it in the window. I take it down, but I leave it in the store. I'm not too worried about it. But most of these are not super expensive books, so most likely they'll be left in the store. There may be a few I might bring home, but my problem is I have a whole rack up there right now of ones that are mine, and that's becoming a problem.
Yes. As long as you at least.
It's a horrible problem. It's a horrible problem to have. Yeah, but I'm glad to have it.
Oh man, look at this. Hold on. This is what I'm talking about, man. Hold on. Look at this. Check this out. This guy, I guess this person put together McFarlane's run.
Mm-hmm.
It's still so crazy that he passed his own run on Amazing Spider-Man with Spawn. Look at those covers, man.
Those are all pretty books.
Yeah, those are amazing. He did a lot of them too when you think about it.
Oh, yeah. Some of those are key issues. Some of them are just, they're not that valuable, but that's a good one right there.
So good, man.
Those aren't Todd McFarlane issues.
Well, he did the run. He got the run. That was the post. He was like, I just completed my run.
All right. Well,
people are happy, man. People are happy. Well, guys, it's been a good night, man. This has been pretty good. Anything else that we need to nerd out about before we call it an evening?
Actually, there is one thing. Have you guys seen the trailer for the John Wick TV show that's about to come out?
yes, it looks fantastic.
Yeah. Check it out.
I had to ask the wife. I said, "Honey, do we have Peacock?" So, I definitely.
I have Peacock. I will look that up.
Yeah, it's like coming out in September. Also, question for you guys. You know, as a Star Wars fan who basically now could care less what happens because I've been betrayed and had my heart broken one time too many. Is anyone going to watch Ahsoka, or you just don't give a shit anymore?
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm of two minds about it because I'm just waiting to find out. Oh, it turns out they're like lesbian lovers or something like that.
Well, I think I like the character. I think she looks fantastic, and
plus it's Rosario Dawson. You know,
right.
I would watch her reading a phone book.
They've already shown several other characters from the animated series as live action characters, and they all look great.
All right. Hey, did you guys ever? Yeah, I'm sorry.
I was going to say, speaking of watching somebody read the phone book, guess what movie my wife made me go see this week?
Barbie.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
How was it?
I don't have a clue what that movie. I don't have a clue what that movie was about.
Well, you know, it's funny. Apparently, there's like a lot of manosphere anti-feminist types who love that movie because they think the character of Ken is actually really subversive.
Well, I honestly wasn't sure what the point of the movie was.
The point of the movie is to make Mattel a lot of money.
Yeah,
because apparently Barbie's sales have been in decline because apparently plastic dolls with dimensions that if they existed in real life would like basically kill her aren't really selling that well amongst America's female youth.
Well, I don't know exactly
it's a shame.
What the message of the movie is. The movie wasn't for kids. So,
no, because they hired like a noted indie director who had to sneak crap in under the radar. So,
but I did enjoy watching Margot Robbie for 2 hours. So
Ramel, if you ever get a chance, watch the film version of Rent, the musical. I mean, it's a terrible movie, but Rosario Dawson in that is choice.
Isn't what's her name in that too? The girl that sings "Let It Go" from Frozen.
Idina Menzel, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rosario Dawson in that she's one of those actors where it doesn't matter what you do with her, it doesn't matter how crappy the movie is. If she's in it, it's just it just gets better because she has that star quality, and a lot of people have that nowadays.
I'll drop a jewel. Maybe you've seen it, maybe you haven't. But Rosario Dawson in this one movie called Trance with James McAvoy.
I've seen it. I think I saw it a long time ago. I don't really remember it that well.
Do you remember the part that I have burned in my brain?
No, I don't. But I'll look it up. It's probably on YouTube.
The full frontal nude scene she did.
Okay, I'm definitely seeing it now.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right.
You're welcome.
And you know the funny thing is also she's also got history with the comic book community. I mean, apparently, I think her dad was like either an artist or something, and she's like actually written comic books, and apparently they have not sucked.
So let me double down on this. Rosario Dawson, full frontal, and I mean they take their time to show you the frontal because they start from her feet and they pan up. You think they're going to change the angle? They don't. You get a full, uninterrupted, totally nude shot of Rosario Dawson, and it is glorious.
All right, now wait, what movie was this?
It's called Trance. It's a very weird movie. You're trying to figure out what's real and what he's what's a figment of his imagination. It gets really weird.
Well, that's kind of a cool concept. I like that.
Well, what it is that he was James McAvoy was this guy they picked out. These like this crew of like thieves or whatever, and he was contracted to steal a piece of art. And during the heist, he got hit in the head or something like that, and he lost his memory. So he stashed it, but got hit in the head. So they're trying to locate where he hid this piece, but it's in a memory that's lost. So they take him to see this psychic. Well, not a psychic. I'm sorry, a therapist, which is Rosaria Dawson. So she's supposed to have sessions with him to kind of restore his memory of where he stashed his piece. But they develop a relationship. So I think either she's trying to curve around him to get that piece for herself. It's like you get the base of it, then towards the end you get kind of curved to where you don't know what's real and what's fake because they're really screwing with his head. But that full frontal nude scene is worth it. And I mean, she is clean as a newborn baby.
All right, Ramel, you sold me. I'll check it out.
Oh yeah. So when we have the nerd in next Friday, I will be checking in on you.
All right.
Absolutely. I will let you guys know in chat as soon as I know. I should know Monday.
All right.
We'll figure it out. I'd love to have Nerd Den, but you will see.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, because next week is going to be a little crazy. I have a feeling I want to, but I have a feeling that by Tuesday I'll be like, nah, can't do it. I have a feeling it's going to be a little rough, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, a Nerd Den featuring Andrew and Avery without Andrew is only half as good.
Oh my God. Well, no comment.
These guys do not pick up the slack. I'm sorry. I mean, we haven't heard from Dusty all night long.
All right, we're changing the title. We're changing the title.
Dusty's grinding, man. We got to launch in like less than 4 days.
The thing is, guys, right now I'm debating whether or not it's worth it to go fishing tomorrow because it's gonna be another heat warning, and
oh yeah,
I'm just wondering whether I should just stay indoors, parked by my air conditioner.
Todd, we've had 3 days where the feels like temperature was up in the 110s, 115s. 3 days in a row.
It's excessive heat warning tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yeah, one of my guys, he put out a text saying he was going to go fishing Sunday. I was going to go, but I'm working overtime, so
it's just
I would love to go fishing, but not when you're like being cooked like every minute of the day. So
yeah. Plus the thing is, the fish once it gets really hot, they run for the deep water where it's still relatively cooler.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I might go. It depends on how early I wake up tomorrow, because it's freaking brutal, man. It's like 100. It's like 91, 92, but with the with the humidity, the heat index pushes up like 115. I mean, you literally walk outside, and after like 5 minutes, it's like, I'm so tired. All the energy is being sucked out my sweat pores.
Yeah.
And of course, the water reflects it right back at you too. So
yeah, that too.
Yep.
And the thing is, so I mean, I don't know if I want to get up at like before dawn tomorrow, just to drive out to a beach. And plus the soul on our calendar says tomorrow's going to suck. So I don't know. Should I just stay in and sleep? Please make my decision for me so I can blame you later.
I would if I could. So
yeah, I'd sleep in. But my part of my belief is to have your rods already in the water before the sun comes up. That's just me.
Yeah. Well.
there was a "that's what she said" joke in there somewhere.
Probably, yeah. But I'm too damn tired to notice to make it. Yeah, M. Great Kronos. It's 11 to 7 tomorrow. Heat warning.
Oh.
God.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. I gotta go make a video for tomorrow.
All right.
Let's do it, guys. I love you. You guys are awesome. Ramel, I love the fact that you you did the screenshot for your avatar. It's pretty good, pretty smart.
I don't think he did that on purpose.
No, you think it just froze?
Yeah, I think it just froze. And,
Oh, cool.
yeah.
What did I do?
Nothing. You're fine. You're awesome.
I have no idea what the fuck I did because my screen is completely black.
Oh, it's right now. What we see is here. I'll show you. You can see us though, right?
No, I can't see shit. My screen is black. I can't see shit. There's a screen. So it froze on your face, so it looks like you're there. It's just you're like this. I don't know what like this is.
Highlight him and I'll do a screenshot.
Sorry, that's right. Yeah. Hold on. It's a solo layout. There you go. Take that screenshot.
So beautiful. So beautiful.
We'll send it to you.
Just message to me. I can't see shit.
Yeah, we'll send it to you. Don't worry about it. We'll send it to you.
All right, you guys. You're dicks, but I love you.
All right, guys. Love you guys. I'll let you know if there's a Nerd Den next week.
That's definitely what she said.
We'll see if there. Oh my God. We'll see if there's a Nerd Den next week. Love you guys. Have a great weekend. Take care, everybody. God bless. See you soon. Peace out.